The story that I chose to review is My So-Called Power. My So-Called Power is a story about a boy who receives a very unusual power where he can manifest himself into different things, which is pretty cool because in his situation where he was being bullied as a child, it allowed him to help others in need, which is like any child. When you're bullied, you tend to be more empathetic to people, especially as you become an adult. Um, and it allows us, the story allows us as adults to see how we are as children, whether we're the bullied or the bullies. Um, and within the story, the little boy, he manifests himself into so many different things in an effort to help. He turns into a doll to help a little girl who may have been abducted otherwise. He turns into a bigger bug to help the ants figure out their food sourcing problem.
Mm-hmm.
Is he just does different things, and where the books, the actual story starts is he's trying to help an older woman who's getting her purse stolen by no other than his bully. So it's really crazy because it's a little boy who's in this situation, but he has to face his bully in order to help someone else, which you have to only imagine the type of fear that he felt within himself. While you want to help, you still have that fear of that person, whether deep down or right on the surface. And while you have that need to, oh, I have to go to this woman's aid. I have to, manifest into something where he, in this situation, is talking to a fly, which is awesome by his side. You know, he has to get over that fear quickly in order to help this older woman. And within it, it shows the power that he has. And I don't think he realizes he has this power until he gets to that point where it's not the power of him changing and forming and altering that his actual power. I feel his actual power is the power that he's willing to, face his fear of his bully, number one, and then after the fact, because of the things that happen, and I won't give away too much, he actually ends up being that empathetic little boy for his bully, which that's the other power that he has, where you have the power to forgive. And it takes a lot, for a person to do that. It takes a lot for somebody who is constantly picking and nitpicking and messing with you, especially when you're young and you haven't developed all your feelings, and then you're already going through things at home, and then you feel awkward and you haven't necessarily grown up yet. When somebody keeps pushing that button, it's like it's hard for you to manifest what you want to become. You don't know. You're very unsure. And the fact that he gets this power, and the crazy thing is, he's like, this power sucks. And it's like, this is horrible. This is horrendous. Like, why do I have this stupid Cracker Jack box of a friggin' ring that causes me to do these things that makes absolutely no sense? But in the meantime, as time progresses, it allows him, like I said, to seek the real power within himself. The power of empathy, the power of getting over your fear, and the power of being able to forgive and forget. Because there is a difference. He's able to forgive and forget because he takes his bully on as a comrade. And that is where you see the strength of this little boy. And we as adults, we see ourselves, at least I did, in this. Because I was one of those kids who had issues with other kids, and I didn't know how to react and didn't know what to do. And I so wish I had a power. Maybe not a ring from a smoke-filled Cracker Jack box, the cereal that never stops, but, you wish you had the opportunity to allow yourself these feelings, to get over these things. And reading the story helped me to get over those bullying situations I didn't know I still held on to as an adult. Those things that bothered me. So to see and to read this little boy and see him be so strong and make these adult decisions, and be able to help these other people, regardless of how ridiculous his manifestation might have been, like to the point that he turned into an umbrella at one point. Like, it's like he turned into a lot of different things. But to have the ability to get past that and find his inner strength, I wish I was that strong when I was younger. And I look at him as being almost as, like, for adults, for them to see themselves when they were kids, and for kids who would read the story, for them to find their inner strength, especially with all the anti-bullying campaigns we're having nowadays. This is the type of story that you want a child who doesn't know who they are to read. You know what I mean? That even in all the things and him not being sure, he still wasn't sure of himself. He still felt awkward. But, you know, as the story went on, he got a little bit of swag in him, you know, like, which was cool. And he became confident within himself in his awkwardness, which is awesome. Because what we need to do as people is allow ourselves to manifest ourselves into whatever we need to show empathy, get rid of fear, and show compassion and forgive. And that's why, you know, my so-called power is the story that I chose.